Welcome to Tuesday Shift Collective. It is the 20th. We got a little bench day today. We're going to start off our warm-up. We got 5 sets. We'll be going 10 regular push-ups, 20 face pulls with a band. Just remember on this, we're going to hook around the post or a pole or something. And then as we pull it to us, we're going to be trying to keep our shoulders back and down. And we're trying to get this thing so that the arms are parallel over the floor here. We're not dropped down. And we're going to pinch our shoulder blades and then simultaneously kind of almost stretch that band a little bit in front of your face as you come back to, okay? 20 reps, and then we're going to go into just 20 ab mat sit-ups to follow that out. So 5 rounds, 10 push-ups, 30 face pulls, and 20 sit-ups, okay? I know it's a loud order, 10, 30, 20, all right? It's hard for me to say. From there, we got bench day. So this should be kind of a classic CrossFit scheme. We got a 10-3, 10-3, 10-3, okay? What this means is that you're going to be doing a heavy 10 rep bench, and then you're going to be going a heavy 3 rep. And then you're going to add weight from the original, heavy 10, heavy 3, heavy 10, heavy 3. And you'll be trying to go heavier on each set of 10 and also heavier on each set of 3. So what this means, guys, is that you're going to be kind of shooting in the dark a little bit, okay? Doing a 10 rep is something that's a little more unheard of, I guess. It's kind of rare, if you will. So when you guys go for that, it's hard to even give a percentage. So what we're going to look at is something in a warm-up of like 5 or 6 sets of about 5 reps, okay? And now in that warm-up set, those reps, that 5th rep should be just starting to slow down and kind of get hard to lock out. And what that's going to mean is that from 5 to 10 is for sure going to be mildly challenging, okay? Now what you might find is the first set you choose to do 10, you go, oh boy, that wasn't enough. That's okay. Count it. Make sure to make a big jump or a moderate jump, all right? When we get to 3s, so if you do, 100 pounds for 10, your 3 should be something like 150. And then you come back for your second set of 10, maybe you go 110 for 10, 160 for 3, 120 for 10, 170 for 3. Trying to kind of go heavy on both ends of the spectrum while smushing them in. It's kind of a fun little thing to do. It's very different than your traditional strength. And it's a little bit just more off the wall fun, okay? What you're gonna find is that 10 rep will kill the 3 rep, all right? And the 3 rep is almost going to be a break. Just understand, this is how the muscles and nervous system works. That fatigue on 10, take a good 4 or 5 minutes. Then we do 3. You'll actually recover more from 3, even though it's heavier. You'll recover better for 10 than you will from 10 going into 3, just because of pure volume and damage on the muscles as we go for the higher sets, okay, or higher reps. So have fun with it, all right? Shot in the dark. By the last set, you should be pretty darn close to each one being heavy. Remember with bench, if you don't have a partner, be smart, don't go to failure. And if you do, have a bailout plan, okay? Don't be one of those funny people that get stuck underneath the bar and don't know what to do. The joke is, in all seriousness though, don't put collars on if you're alone, all right? It's a very dangerous matter. It's a very dangerous way to fail. But if you're here, some people tend to kind of roll it down to their hip, but if it's super heavy, you might not be able to do that. And you might have to do the old classic, no collars on, dump one side and get ready though, because it's going to fling off to the other side really fast. It's dangerous, but it is better than being stuck underneath the barbell or rolling it up to your throat and dying underneath the barbell. Don't do that to me. I don't need that on my record, okay? So just be smart as always. Think about it, fill your body out, or get somebody to help you, okay? If you guys don't, grab a neighbor kid or something, all right? For our move today, kind of that bodybuilder-ish session again. We're going to be doing 10 barbell curls again, all right? Playing around with that, getting used to and comfortable with that. We rest for 30 seconds. From there, it's going to be banded tricep push downs, okay? Now, I'm going to try to angle this a little bit so that we can kind of get an idea on the rig here. Now, typically, what we do is we do 2 bands, okay? And we hang them up, and we grab and we pull down. So if I just do one to demo, though, I come here, I step up, I'm going to add a little bit of tension, and my whole goal is to start here with the bands, and you're going to push them down and out. All right, now the goal of this is tricep extension. 50 is a lot. It should burn and be terrible. You should have to break it up. So what we look for is we take the bands, we have 2 of them hopefully. If not, I'll show you a way to do it with 1. Or you can just do, I'd say 150 and 150. It's gonna take forever though, so we'll do kind of a single band variation. But what we do is we try to push down and out, okay? So you're gonna end up, so if my hands are in line with my chest here, as I push around, it's gonna end up well outside my body, and you're gonna almost think, for all you guys who like to stand in the mirror and flex your tricep, you're gonna try to flex, so come down and flex your tricep in the back of the arm, which means that we're locking our arm out, okay? If you don't know how to flex your tricep, I know it's funny, some people don't. If you don't know how to specifically engage a muscle, all you're gonna think is broader scope, lock my arm out, okay? If I lock my arm out, that is the tricep firing. That is a mechanism that makes the arm lock out, okay? So some of you guys might find that if on a bench you struggle here and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't finish my rep. What that means, you have weak triceps, okay? And if you struggle down here, that means you have a weak pec and weak front delt. So it's just a good way to break down where you're weak at. But for this exercise, what we're looking for is a fully engaged. For some of you guys that have weaker triceps, this is a volume builder, okay? So tons of blood. Banded work is really good for volume and kind of that hypertrophy idea. And what banded work, what I love it for, is mind-body connection. It's that nervous system connection to, this doesn't normally fire, it's a weaker muscle group on me. And bands are a good way for high repetitions. Why you see in therapy, right? This is why PT uses bands, is it gets the brain learning how to engage everything, and it's super controlled and very specific movements. So really think about that. Let's push down, around, and flex that tricep as we come out, okay? So 50 tricep push downs, all right, that's what's considered. Now, if we do one, what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab onto the band in between, but you gotta choke up higher, okay? And same thing, I'm gonna pull out. And I'm gonna try to spread it as I come down, but you're gonna have to choke up to get a little bit more resistance because it's one band compared to two on each arm, okay? That's all it is. Gauge, if it's super hard, you get through 10, you're like, holy crap, that's 50, just go a little bit lower and make it a little bit easier, okay? It's all about blood pooling, volume, and burning. Let it burn, push it, okay? From there, we're gonna rest. We're gonna finish out with 15 hanging weighted knee tucks. Now, it's gonna be a little bit challenging. It's easiest done with dumbbells. If you can do kettlebells, you can, but it needs to be either probably a dumbbell or a kettlebell. If you have like plates and stuff, unless you're crazy strong with your leg pinch and strength, it's really hard to do. But what we typically do, guys, is you're gonna grab onto a kettlebell dumbbell with your feet hanging from the rig or a pull-up bar. Okay, we're gonna grab our feet onto it. Now, mine's too short to really do this, but I'm gonna go full hang, tuck my knees up, and I'm gonna use that weight to make my knee tuck harder, okay? And that's gonna really pull through here, through your lower abdominals, in through your hip flexors. Now notice mine was a little short, but we're trying to get the leg fully locked out. So if you run into the issues I have, then you're gonna do the best you can and try to almost reach behind you. Because what we're trying to do is if I stay here, this stays short. So if you can't reach the floor, you need at least extend your foot backwards and get this opened up, okay? So this is fully stretched and fully closed, and fully stretched and fully closed, okay? So 15 of those weighted, so it's challenging, okay? Different variations out there. If you guys can't do that, as far as if you don't have a rig, a weighted sit-up's a good go-to, and play around with things. Message me if you have questions. So lots of talking. I know, longer video. I'm trying to keep these under 5 and keep going 8, 9. So let me know if you guys have questions. Have fun. Good upper body day. Good little core piece in there. And so set us up good for a little bit of hang clean cycle starting Wednesday, guys. Have fun. Kick butt. Make Tuesday worth